Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Hungry Humble Human, the podcast where we explore what it really means to lead with courage, clarity, and compassion in today's world. I'm your host, Cheryl Marks Young, and today we're diving into the three most important tests every leader eventually faces. These are the moments that define who we are, not just as professionals, but as people. Because leadership isn't just about hitting metrics or building teams. It's about how you show up when things are hard, uncertain, or uncomfortable. And those moments are never theoretical. They're real, they're raw, and they're coming for every one of us. Let's start with the foundation of it all, integrity. This is the test that shows up quietly when no one is watching. It sounds something like, do I tell the client the full truth, even if it might cost us the deal? Do I admit I made a mistake or subtly shift the blame? Do I honor the commitments I made even when it's no longer convenient? I've worked with leaders who've built 8-figure companies only to watch trust evaporate from one misstep that violated their team's belief in them. And I've seen others, quiet, steady leaders, become the most trusted voice in the room because their word was gold, no matter what was on the line. Integrity isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. When your values align with your actions, especially under pressure, you build credibility, and credibility is the currency of leadership. The next test is about direction. Vision isn't a slogan on a wall. It's your ability to lead people towards something meaningful, even when the path isn't fully mapped out yet. I remember working with a CEO during a major market disruption. Competitors were slashing prices. Her board was jittery. Her team was overwhelmed. But she didn't react with fear. She paused. She clarified. She anchored her people in the why behind the business, and then laid out a steady, step-by-step plan to move forward. That clarity, it created confidence, not because she had every answer, but because her conviction was contagious. Great leaders don't panic when others do. They return to their principles. They communicate their vision repeatedly, and they build buy-in, not by force, but through consistency and belief. A foggy vision creates team confusion, but a clear one gives direction, even when everything else is uncertain. The final test? It's the one many leaders don't see coming. Self-mastery. Let me be blunt. Your team will never be more grounded than you are. You can have the best business model, the most loyal customers, and the smartest strategy. But if your inner world is chaotic, reactive, or constantly in overdrive, it will eventually show up in your results. This is the invisible work of leadership, the stuff behind the scenes, managing your energy so you're not running on fumes, taking responsibility for your emotional triggers, investing in your own growth, even when there's no urgent fire. One of my clients, a founder of a fast scaling company, realized he was the bottleneck, not because he lacked talent, but because he hadn't yet developed the tools to step out of doing and into leading. Once he began prioritizing reflection, boundaries, and real-time emotional awareness, everything started to shift from team morale to his bottom line. Self-mastery is not optional. It's what sustains your leadership. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. So as you reflect today, I want you to ask, where is my integrity quietly being tested? Is my vision clear? And am I communicating with conviction? What inner patterns or practices do I need to strengthen to lead well from the inside out? The true tests of leadership are not about impressing others. They're about becoming someone worth following. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. If this resonated with you, I'd love it if you shared it with your team, left a review, or reached out with your own leadership story. Until next time, stay hungry, stay humble, and stay human.